Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Triple P, the Powerhouse Perspectives podcast, where the conversation gets real. I say the quiet parts out loud, and leadership beats authenticity. My superpower is guiding powerhouse professionals like you to tap into their true power, lead unapologetically, and define success on their own terms. My name is M. Smith. I am a psychotherapist turned clinical corporate coach. And today I want to talk about the paradox of being fearless but feeling powerless at the same time. So last night I had the awesome opportunity to record a podcast with two of my colleagues, Wasila Jiwa and Yolanda Johnson. And we just sat down and kind of talked about what it meant to be a fearless femme. When it came to me, the question was asked, what does it mean to be fearless in your profession as a therapist? And of course, I answered, for me, being fearless is showing up authentically in my own right and holding space for people who look like me, who have to move like me throughout the world, and doing it different simply because in my culture, people who look like me experience therapy completely different. Therapy in our culture is very much about relationship as opposed to what's taught to us in the textbooks through our training, which says that relationship should be resisted, if you will. So, back to this idea of fearlessness and powerlessness. Fearlessness, or to be fearless, to me, has to do with taking action, having the choice to do what is best for you, as well as having the agency to kind of control your ecosystem. Whereas powerlessness, or to be powerless, has to do with more so your circumstances, the systems that have been set in place that affect you, and feeling like your efforts won't change the outcome. So, as a Black woman, as a professional Black woman, I know that there are so many out there that can relate to what it is that I'm talking about. Not only Black women, but other allies out there who are women of color, who also very well may be white women. Our current political climate and our current president has made it very clear how he feels about women and women's rights in general. So I feel that there are a lot of us that are experiencing this paradox between being fearless and powerless. But more so, I think it's very much more layered for Black women. With that being said, I want to say to you, ladies, that I see you and I hear you. I get it. I know what it is to be fearless, but feel powerless at the same time. For me, it's very much more of a silent outrage, if you will. Seeing things that are so blatantly disrespectful, experiencing people and places that are very loud about not wanting you there, moving through the world as if you can control your own destiny, when truly in the back of your mind, you're not really sure if your efforts are going to evoke change. So here is what I do want to offer. Fearlessness still holds power in certain instances. There's power in naming your reality and not gaslighting yourself into believing things are okay when they aren't, right? Being honest with what is truly going on out here in the world, being honest with what you really heard that person say to you. Yeah, they said it and they said it with their whole chest, right? And not gaslighting yourself into believing what you felt and what you feel in these moments are okay when they really aren't. Fearlessness still holds power in community. Whenever you feel like your solo or individual action doesn't feel like enough, collective action creates impact. I just did a TikTok on the importance of finding your people. There is power in community. There's power in knowing that you are not alone. There are people out there that see you and get you and very well may be experiencing exactly what you're experiencing. Fearlessness still holds power when you choose rest, when you choose to hold your boundaries, when you choose to put you first. There's power in that. Fearlessness still holds power when you are able to acknowledge your feelings without shame or guilt. I want to share with you before I go just a few practical strategies for you to reclaim your power. I want you to recognize where you do have control, even if it's just over your own response. I say this so many times to my clients, to my children, to my family, to those closest to me, and it's almost become sort of a mantra. Control what you can control. Reframing your power to recognizing where you do have control. Focus on that this week. Another way where you can reclaim your power, as I said, there's power in community. Build your circles of support to look like something that pours into you. Connecting with people who affirm you and your experiences, not criticize and judge you. Leverage your resources, meaning go to therapy. Hire a coach. You can also join professional networks to kind of navigate the change that is happening in our world currently. Lastly, I want to share with you to reclaim your power, make intentional moves, whether that's career shifts, whether that's exploring the world of entrepreneurship. I will tell you, it's a little crazy and hectic over here, but I do not regret it 1 minute. Or advocacy, self-advocacy, to be more specific. Fearlessness does not mean that we won't feel powerless sometimes. It just means that we refuse to let that define us. So my question to you is, what does power look like for you right now in this moment? What does fearlessness look like? I would love to hear what you have to say. I want to keep this conversation going. I think it's a very powerful one. And I want you to reach out. I'm going to list in the show notes how you can reach me directly. You can DM me. You can email me at emme@gracebasedcounseling.com. You can also find me on all of my socials, Facebook, IG, with the handle of @EmbraceGraceBase. And I'm also on LinkedIn as the M. Smith. Lastly, you can find me on Substack for some motivation throughout the week via blogs. And also my podcast will come directly to you if you subscribe to my Substack. I am looking forward to continuing this conversation and remaining connected to you guys. Until next time, be best.